Charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, man. Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a trespasser call at a business in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with a witness who stated the defendant was asked to leave the business but was refusing to leave. The officer walked over to the defendant and tried to inform her that if she refused to leave, she would be considered trespassing. The defendant would not listen and did not want to leave. The officer attempted to detain the defendant and place her in handcuffs, but the defendant kept pulling away, refusing to give the officer her hands. The defendant also braced her legs on the ground to prevent the officer from removing her, and the officer had to use a reasonable amount of force to place the defendant in.
Notice how quickly a simple trespass warning escalates into resisting arrest charges. The officer's report emphasizes reasonable force, but here's the key legal takeaway. Once you physically resist even just bracing yourself, you're giving prosecutors extra ammunition. What do you think, was the officer justified, or was this an overreaction?
Handcuffs and remove her. The defendant braced her legs against the seat and door and prevented the officer from properly detaining her in the marked unit. And once in the unit, the defendant grabbed and pulled the officer's shirt, trying to pull herself out of the unit.
Okay. What store is this that she was in?
I have the address. I'll look to see if they have a store name listed.
Okay.
Your Honor, ma'am, if I may speak.
Now's not the time. I mean, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything that you say, they're going to use it against you to prove guilt. You'll get the opportunity, I promise. Just now's not that time. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I don't have a job. I'm disabled.
What's the nature of your disability?
I got cardiac web, a hematoma, deteriorating spine, hole in my heart, pulled over ligaments, bilateral kidneys, asthma, cancer.
How do you support yourself?
Currently at this moment, I'm supposed to be receiving, I got my Social Security claim number, but they refused to give me my award letter. And also, I was currently supposed to be residing at Vermilion Apartments, and my contract, I guess, was switched.
I want to know about the case. I just want to know how do you eat? How do you get money?
I don't.
I need you to fill out an application for me, and then I'll take a look to see if you qualify. As a condition of your bond, don't go back to this place.
It appears to be a housing facility.
Okay. Do not go back to this place, ma'am.
So I can't go back to Houston Housing Authority.
Whatever this place where they were trying to trespass you from, don't go back, ma'am. I'll provide you a lawyer today and we'll talk about how we go forward, but I don't want it to be more bad blood and I don't want you to go back to jail. If you go back, they don't want you there.
That's police brutality.
There's got to be some other reasonable way that we can.
This is classic judge talk, basically saying, don't test me. Even if she believes her housing contract is valid, the judge is warning her. Pushing back now could land her straight back in jail. Viewers, let me ask you, should personal rights outweigh a judge's bond conditions, or is compliance the smarter move here?
Work things out and we'll try, but you got to give it time, let things cool down. If you go right back after this issue now, you're begging for trouble.
Well, my contract is supposed to be terminated on 11/30, meaning I still have an active contract. So what am I supposed to be doing about that in regards to that? I mean, I have my paperwork to prove it.
I can't give you legal advice, but we'll have you talk to a lawyer and figure out how we go forward. Okay. Mm-hmm. For the time being, don't go back though.
Okay.
Please, because it's only begging for bad blood. Okay. Yeah, so I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria, and then we'll just have you take a seat while we find your lawyer. Okay, please.
Flores.
Invoke my constitutional amendment rights as well as my civil and civil rights.
You to remain silent? Yes, sir. No, sir. Okay.
Is there a problem?
I honestly feel threatened by this courtroom.
And this is not the circus.
I'm
This is not a playroom.
clown.
This is a court.
I'm
And
very coherent and competent.
no one says you were incompetent, but you have bond conditions that you're supposed to live up to. And we've given you so much as we've also given you a lawyer, and you're supposed to treat everyone here with respect. And when you don't, there's serious consequences.
Is there a thing for self-representation? I know that is a third option as well.
Of course you can represent yourself. You can do open heart surgery on yourself too.
Well, I ask for fair representation in a speedy trial.
No one here does anything to hurt anyone. The only thing that we're concerned about here is public safety and that everybody gets treated fairly and with respect.
I
That
fear for my
includes,
life and safety against Harris County.
I don't know what to tell you about there, but you need to take that with whoever you feel threatened by. But
Harris County.
here, we need to protect everybody in Harris County.
Me and my children.
We've given you a lawyer. I want you to treat him with respect. And I want you to treat our clerks with respect, our bailiffs, and us. I'm not asking for much. The only condition I put on you now is to not go back to the location where you were allegedly trespassed from. They don't want you there. So that's why I'm telling you now, don't go back. That's the only condition that we have.
In regards to my housing, which is my documentation right here, that should be submitted into my file. My stuff is supposed to be terminated on the 30th of this month, which I had probable cause to actually go and speak with Gary Baxter in regards to my housing contract. I also emailed informal hearing before November the 1st and haven't got a response back. So I had every reason to be at Houston Housing Authority.
You may have had a right to be there, but at some point they're well within their right to say, look, we don't want you here anymore. You are creating a disturbance, so we would like you to leave.
Can y'all subpoena the cameras?
You can do whatever you want. You're going from here to here to here to here to here. Listen to what I'm saying and focus on this in the now. Don't start thinking of something in the future or something because you're not listening to what's happening now. You may have had a right to be there, but at some point you lost that because of the way you may have treated everyone and they didn't want you there anymore.
I'd like to file a hate crime against Harris County, the city of Houston.
Okay. You hear what I just said?
Hmm?
What did I just say?
Oh, I can't go back to 2640 Fountain View Drive in regards to it being my property, but have an actual,
I believe so. It's the Houston Housing.
yeah, the
Authority.
Houston Housing Authority have an actual reasons to be
That's
there.
not to say you may send them an email. You could send them a fax. I don't know if that would include calling. As far as trespassing is concerned,
I can look into it, Judge, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was wrongfully
they can
evicted.
have an issue if she calls over there. That I don't know.
Wrongfully
The notice here
terminated.
that is kind of the subject of this incident does give her multiple options: email, mail, fax, phone. And she did send those emails. She was,
I don't know now with them telling her they don't want her back. How does
well,
that play
if
into?
they haven't asked for a no contact order and there's no specific person, I would say.
Exactly.
You know, because she
No response back from my
she still has
emails.
not been, she lives in, you know, she has housing assistance through the Houston Housing Authority, Judge. And it says her assistance will be terminated on the 30th. So I mean, this is where she lives of this month. So she's still got a couple more days to try to resolve whether she's gets to continue, you know, having housing assistance.
The only other thing, it's what's your last name again?
Simmons - Irvin, ERVIN.
You're very passive aggressive in the way you come off.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a victim of Harris County.
That may be well.
And so are my children screaming.
That may be well right, but in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. And when you go to these people and you act in such a manner that they think you may be threatening them, you're not going to get far.
It's
Listen,
retaliation.
are you listening to what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, sometimes if you tuck your tail, you may get a lot more in life. I'll give you an example. I got pulled over months ago. I know I was in the right. But the officer came up and he goes, why did you stop? Why didn't you stop at that stop sign? I know I stopped. May have been for a second or two. I told the officer, listen, Miss Simmons, I told the officer, look, I'm sorry. It was an accident. I'm an idiot. He let me go. If I would have said to him, you a-hole, you're wrong. I didn't stop. I did what I was supposed to do. What do you think he would have done? He would have probably given me 5 tickets. But because I said, I'm sorry.
Wow. That's a striking piece of advice from the bench. Tuck your tail, even when you're right. It's a survival strategy in the courtroom. Play nice, stay quiet, and live to fight another day. But what do you think? Does this sound like wisdom, or like silencing someone's constitutional rights?
I'm an idiot. It was stupid for me to do that.
Well, when you're facing reverse psychology,
You get more with honey.
and they try to provoke you,
So what? Who cares? Be the bigger person. You're still going to get more. That's life. That's maturity. And when you tuck your tail, sometimes you get so much more, even if you're in the right and they're in the wrong. Who gives a shit? Sometimes that's what you have to do.
I also understand the indirect language it is in the Harris County Handbook dated 2021. And anybody that threatens and harass me in it, I have every right to press charges.
Did you just hear anything that I just said?
I did. I understand. I won't be there, but I know that I had every right to be. So if I'm forced out on the
You
streets,
don't have every right to
it'll be
be.
because of the government.
Don't have every. I am telling you now, and I'm ordering you not to go back to this place.
I'm not going there, but I have every right to speak. So I guess I need to contact Washington or somebody in regards to my contract and things, because this is a government facility. And as it says your housing assistance will be terminated on 11/30/2024. I also have 2 different client numbers as well. One number is 582213 and another one is 251651. So I had every right in regards to speaking with Gary Baxter again, which is right here, Kenneth Coles, Gary Baxter. Also received an email to reinstate my housing, I guess, I don't know, from Gary Baxter in regards to all that. So I'm just confused, because if I'm forced out on the streets in regards to being homeless and they're trying to pass new laws, then just so hypothetically, of course, thrown back into Harris County against my will, where I was held for 6 months, which is a violation of my constitutional and amendment rights, then it's retaliation. Also, I was told to surrender my inheritance in the direct language while I was being attempted murder by Harris County.
Have you speak to Corey about everything. Just remember, be nice. You get a lot more when you're nice than when you start raising your voice and yelling.
I am a traumatized victim. So if y'all could please work with me in regards to that, because I am a victim of Harris County. I do have a VAWA, of Violence Against Women's Act. It is still in the residence portal and everything. Simmons Irvin.
If anyone ever treats you wrong, just tell me and I'll try to do what I can to help you out. In any way, any shape, form, fashion, whatever you know, I'll help you as much as I can. All you got to say is the word.
Also facing my children being, the child expliciting cases.
Okay.
So let's just focus on just signing your
So
bond condition.
I'm going to have you sign the conditions. We'll have you stay with Corey. Just be nice. Hopefully you'll get your housing back if you're nice. That's it. All right. Please. All right. Good morning.
Yes.
I want to let you both know that if you look on the TV, your lawyer is on the TV with you now, so that you're not alone. Both of you are charged with theft. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On November 15th, 2024, officers were dispatched to Walmart in regard to a theft. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the complainant, the asset protection officer, who stated he saw the defendant and co-defendant conceal items in the defendant's purse. The complainant advised that as defendant was concealing items, Co-defendant was staying very close to shield her from others in order to prevent them from being seen and from others seeing what she was doing. Both then exited the store, passing all points of sale with items still in the defendant's purse. The complainant detained the two and recovered the stolen items. Total $112.31.
Okay, all right. Mr. Ochoa Gonzalez and Ms. Fresneda, I am finding that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. Tell me, what is your immigration status? Are you in this country with or without permission? Ma'am,
With permission?
what is your immigration status? Are you a citizen of the United States, sir? I don't know if you do or if you don't, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter to me. The only thing I'm going to advise you now is that if you have any problems with your immigration paperwork and you go to jail, immigration will put a detainer on you and you will sit in custody first until this case is over with. And then you will be shipped off to immigration and you will sit there for another 6 to 9 months waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate these conditions. Do not pick up any more criminal cases. This is the only warning that you will get from me. I am now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart for any reason whatsoever. Do you understand?
Okay.
If I find that you go to Walmart and I don't care what your reason is, I will issue a warrant for your arrest and I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Likewise, you pick up another criminal case, you will go to jail. Both of you have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Porras and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he comes back to me and tells me he cannot get a hold of you because you guys are playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. For now, I will have you go to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you both take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Heed this warning. You will not get another one. Okay. Victor,
Yes, sir.
did you get a date already?
Not yet, Judge.
January 28th through the 30th.
What
We can do
date
the
is-
28th.
Okay. Right, Judge, and then Marcos is approaching on page 2. Alonso Herrera.
Can you file those conditions, please, on both of those? Are you
May I
fine?
be excused, Your Honor?
Otherwise, should be here. And Jenny helped me out today.
Vic, say
May
it
I be
again?
excused, Your Honor?
Oh, yeah, you got it. Have a great weekend, bud.
Appreciate it. You too, Judge.
Sure. Alon, ALONSO.
Alonso Herrera.
Thank you.
You, Ruben Alejandro Alonso Herrera.
Yes, Judge.
Sir, you're charged with failure to comply with duty, striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a failure to stop and give information. The complainant reported that his brother was standing outside when he heard a loud bang and saw a silver car striking the complainant's car, which had been parked in the street. The complainant and his brother immediately began pursuing the vehicle and observed it parked in front of a residence down the street. The complainant took photos of the defendant exiting the vehicle and going into the residence. When officers asked whether the defendant remembered striking the complainant's vehicle, the defendant stated, "I probably scraped by it, but nothing at all. It was dark out."
What's the value?
Let's see, Your Honor. Approximately $1,500.
Judge, I don't think a rip has been done, so there's no estimate. We don't know who.
Yeah, I get it, but at least it needs to be over $200. That's why. Sir Alonso Herrera, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, sir.
You have valid liability insurance in your name.
No, Judge.
Then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond until you have liability insurance and show us that you have liability insurance. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to drive. I don't care where you're going. I don't care what you're doing. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, It's possible that I have a contempt hearing. And every time they prove to me that you're driving a vehicle, you can be facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Now you have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Adroga, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes,
Pick
sir.
up a new case, violate any conditions. Likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, sir. All right, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. I'll get you the Victoria sign and reset, and then you guys are good to go.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Judge, page 1.
You, Miss Alasia Williams? Miss Williams, I'm sorry? Ma'am, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, the officer observed the driver of a vehicle not wearing a seatbelt, and the traffic stop was initiated. The motor vehicle was occupied by a front right passenger, the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle, and the driver stated there were no drugs or weapons in the motor vehicle. Prior to the motor vehicle search, the defendant stated she had a weapon inside the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted where the officer found a purse on the passenger seat containing a 9mm handgun and a bag containing a green leafy substance identified as marijuana based on training experience. The weight of the marijuana was 3.1 grams.
So there was a smell of,
There was an odor, yes, Your Honor.
so what happened with the driver?
I don't see a connected case for the driver, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am? What do you do for a living? I didn't hear you. What did she say?
a DJ, Your
Oh,
Honor.
you're a DJ. Okay. And where do you work?
I just like bookings, parties, events, weddings, family reunions.
Okay. No more marijuana, ma'am. As long as you can abide, then we'll be fine. How much money do you make a month, ma'am?
800,
On average, what do you say? What do you think?
I call them in a week.
A month, on average. Are you able to afford a lawyer? You sure? Do you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am? It's okay. Let me give you a lawyer, okay? Just don't get in any trouble. Okay, all right. Do you mind giving her a lawyer, please? Or an application? I need you to fill out an application for me. Fill it out. And then I'm gonna have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find your lawyer, ma'am, okay?
Thank you.
Please.